He was
he's my
calling you
boss.
and telling you, and how did they find you?
I met with him in Los Angeles, and then this was way before they even shot the pilot, and then I got another HBO a miniseries called Generation Kill.
Exactly.
And we went down to Africa to shoot that. So I was down in Maputo in Mozambique shooting this the miniseries Generation Kill. When Alan called, this was about 10 months after our meeting, and he called my agent and said, is Alex around? Because we're doing, I met with him 10 months ago, and I'd like to meet with him again.
This little vampire thing.
Yeah, basically. And I wasn't available. I actually remember talking to him on the phone. I was outside this restaurant in Maputo in Mozambique, and he was in L.A.
You had a connection.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And talked to him on the phone, and then I put myself on tape and sent it to Los Angeles, and he looked at it, and and then I got the job.
What do you think about the vampire hype at that moment?
Oh, at that moment, I mean, this was before all this, the Twilight movies and the other vampire shows and all that. So this was.
Have you seen Twilight?
No,
no?
I have not.
No?
No.
You know what the German press calls True Blood?
No.
Twilight with balls.
Oh, wow.
What can we expect from the third season?
Well, for Eric, season 3 is about revenge. You find out early on that something happened. He lost someone many, many centuries ago, and Eric is quite determined and stubborn man. He gets presented with an opportunity to avenge this person that died, and he's definitely very focused on doing that. So it's about revenge. And then also the Suki connection is there. He's still very much interested in her and kind of pursuing that.
It's gonna be really interesting. Jeden Donnerstag, 20:15 Uhr auf Sci-Fi, True Blood, die dritte Staffel. What do you think about the whole vampire image now? Did it change with True Blood?
I don't really know. I mean,
you think about teenager stories and just big love stories, but True Blood is so much more, and it's so much different, and there's so many, little puzzle parts that make that whole thing so special.
Yeah, and it sounds strange maybe because I work on a show about vampires, but I'm not really like the vampire. When I think of vampires, I think of like the Bela Lugosi in Dracula, or Max Schreck in the old Nosferatu, or Klaus Kinski in the Werner Herzog Nosferatu. Those are my favorite vampire movies. I feel very old. I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen. I'm sure they're great, but I don't really. I haven't seen the Twilight movies or the other vampire shows. So.
But do you have any idea why they are back again?
Well, I think vampires. They represent immortality, obviously, and I think it's something attractive about the fact that a vampire has been, someone like Eric has been around for 1,000 years, and that knowledge and confidence and level of experience is people are drawn to that. But then the fact that he's an animal and can just kill you like that, and I think that the conflict where something you're attracted to, but it's also dangerous, is quite appealing, and I think that goes for not only True Blood, but for all vampire shows and movies and stories.
So, Und wir machen an dieser Stelle gleich mal weiter, denn Alexander Skarsgard hat schon angesprochen, wer sind seine liebsten Vampire, und da sind auch einige dabei, die jetzt in unserer Top 5 direkt nochmal auftauchen. We just missed Klaus Kinski, but otherwise we were on your line.
You picked a good winner.
So, let's speak about you. You are from Sweden. You have been a teenage star in Sweden. Your father is a famous actor. Was there a time in your life when people were not recognizing you?
Yeah, I was a child actor, but I was quit when I was 13, and I didn't act for almost 8 years, and I definitely needed that. that was the reason I quit when I was 13. It made me the attention. I mean, 13 is it's a weird age to become famous at. And I didn't like the attention, and so I quit, yeah.
Well, you didn't like the attention at that point. But, I mean, right now, being in Hollywood, living in Los Angeles, and being one of the main characters of a successful TV series like True Blood, doesn't make it easy for you to be not recognized.
No, but it's different. Today I kind of, I appreciate it. I know, like, because of the fans.
That's so bad, no?
Well,
Isn't
it's
it?
not. No, well,
I mean,
no. But I couldn't really appreciate. When I was 13, it made me paranoid and self-conscious. And if I walked down the street and someone looked at me, it was weird because I didn't know who I was. I was growing from a little boy to a man, and then to read about myself in magazines and hear people talk about me on television and who I was and what I liked was really awkward when I had no idea who I was or what I liked. I'm older now, and I kind of know. I don't, I'm a little more about myself than I did when I was 13. And I also learned to kind of appreciate the fact that it's wonderful that we have fans. It's that people actually care about the show, and makes it it's a lot nicer than working on something very hard and then no one cares. Like, you work on it and then people are like, oh no, I didn't see that, I don't care. It's lovely that people actually care about it.
Exactly. What were your job plans then when you were 18 or 19?
Well, first I wanted to be a football player, but then I realized that I was talentless.
Oh my God.
And then I wanted to be a rock star. And then I realized that I was talentless.
There is a chance, for the rock star.
Not if you hear me sing.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't work out for me. So I found my way back to acting.
Had you ever had doubts coming to Los Angeles, coming to Hollywood, not making it as an actor?
Yeah, I did. But at the same time, I was very determined. I felt that because rejection after rejection when you come to LA, it's tough, but I also
got rejected.
Yeah.
By who?
By everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I spent 3 years there, like, taking meetings and readings before I got Generation Kill. But I was so determined. I was the stuff that I was working on in Sweden was just I needed a new challenge, I felt, and I did believe in myself, and I believed that I was like, one day the right project will come along, and I will get that one. And I had to kind of convince myself that I had something to bring, because if you don't believe in yourself in Hollywood, no one else is going to believe in you, and then you might as well fly back home.
And now you're even on the big movie screen. 13 is coming up.
Yeah, I've done. We shoot the show for about 7 months, every year, and then we got 5 months off. So, and when we're on hiatus, we're free to do whatever we want.
And that's a new movie with you, with Mickey Rourke and
yeah,
Jason
I did 2
Statham?
movies. That was shot over 2 years ago. So that was while we were shooting season 1. And then last year I shot a movie in Sweden, and one called Straw Dogs, a remake of the old Sam Peckinpah movie. And this year I shot a Lars von Trier movie in Sweden, and now I'm working on a project called Battleship. So I just flew in we're shooting that on Hawaii.
Nice.
That's a
Could be
pretty
worse
decent
as well.
location. Yeah, it's wonderful, of course. I've never been before, but took my first surf lesson the other day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm bruised all over, like.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, it's a great location. But that said, it's actually really. We flew in today to München.
Yeah. Correct.
And
Correct.
it's lovely because it's fall. The air is so crisp and the leaves are yellow and red and brown. I miss that so much.
Yeah, sitting under palm trees with 30 degrees.
I know, I shouldn't complain, but living in LA, I know how it, I grew up in Sweden, so I know, like, in February when it's cold and dark, you're like, God, I want to go somewhere nice. I guess the grass is always greener on the other side, But
You're right.
that's something I miss. I love this season so much, so it's actually great to be here for a couple of days at least.
So when do you go back to Sweden?
I have the weekend off, so I made sure that when we're done here, I can fly home to Stockholm and see my family for just a weekend, and then I got to fly back to LA and then Hawaii to continue the movie.
Thank you very much, Alexander Skarsgard.
Danke
Thank you
sehr,
very
danke
much.
sehr.
Wir sehen ihn jeden Donnerstag auf Sci-Fi 20:15 Uhr. Dritte Staffel von True Blood auf gar keinen Fall verpassen. Das war's auch schon wieder mit der Sky Lounge für heute. Vielen herzlichen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Danke, dass Sie bei uns waren.